Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're embarking on a bit of a journey. Think adventure, literature, and some really precise engineering all rolled into one.
That's a great way to put it. We're focusing today on the new Doxa SU 750T Clive Cussler Edition watch.
Yeah, and we want to unpack what makes this thing, a real tribute. We'll look at Dox's history, which is fascinating in itself.
And Clive Cussler, of course,
Yeah.
the American novelist and maritime explorer, his legacy is huge. And then the watch itself, all the little details.
Exactly. And just so you know, all this comes from one main source, excerpts from Doxa SU 750T, a tribute to Clive Cussler. So, okay, let's get started. Where do we begin? Doxa's origins.
Makes sense. So Doxa starts way back in 1889 in little Local, Switzerland. But the part that really connects here is the mid-1960s.
Right, that's when they brought out the original SUB dive watch.
Precisely. And it wasn't just another watch, it really shook things up. They brought in the unidirectional bezel, the ring you turn.
Yeah, for timing dives, right. Keeping track of how long you've been down.
Exactly. For tracking no decompression times, which was a huge safety feature. It helps divers figure out how long they can stay at a certain depth safely. A real game changer back then.
And you absolutely have to mention the color. That bright orange dial.
Oh, definitely. Iconic.
What was the thinking there? Just to look cool?
Well, it did look cool, but it was pure function. That specific orange. It turned out to offer incredible legibility underwater.
Okay. So in murky water, it just stands out better than, say, black or white.
Stands out way better. Makes it super easy to read quickly. And that really cemented Doxa's whole approach, their brand ethos. These watches became trusted tools for serious adventurers, like a fiery symbol of the call to the unknown, as our source puts it.
Love that phrase. They weren't just timepieces, they were gear, essential gear.
Totally. Which brings us perfectly to the man who inspired this specific watch, Clive Cussler.
Right. Born 1931, sadly passed in 2020. An amazing American adventure novelist, but also a real-deal maritime explorer.
And prolific doesn't even cover it.
Yeah.
Over 85 novels he wrote or co-wrote. Just incredible output.
But he wasn't just writing about adventure, was he? He was living it. Tell us about Inumeme.
INEMA, the National Underwater and Marine Agency. He founded it in 1979. And here's the thing, it's not just a cool name from his books.
It's real.
It's absolutely real. A nonprofit that's dedicated to finding and preserving historic shipwrecks. Think about that connection.
That's fascinating. I mean, lots of writers draw inspiration from exploration, but he actually went out and did it, founding an organization for it.
Exactly. It wasn't just research behind a desk. He was hands-on. He poured his own passion, and probably a lot of his own money, into these real-world expeditions, finding actual history underwater.
It really blurs the line between the fiction and the reality, doesn't it?
Completely. Which leads us to how Doxa fits into his world. It's not just that he wore a Doxa SUB on his own expedition.
Which he did, right, on countless dives.
Yes, he absolutely did. But he also put the watch in his books. The hero, Dirk Pitt, wore a Doxa. The watch became almost like another character.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that integrated into the stories themselves.
Oh, yeah. And then came the movie Sahara. That was, 20 years ago now?
Right, with Matthew McConaughey as Dirk Pitt.
There was, big as life on screen, the Doxa SEB, unmistakable with that bright orange dial. That moment just locked it in for popular culture. Doxa became synonymous with that kind of high-octane adventure, both fictional and real.
A perfect storm of branding, character, authenticity, all coming together.
Couldn't have planned it better. And so this watch we're looking at today, the SCB 750T Clive Cussler Edition, it's actually the third tribute piece Doxa's had done.
Oh, right. There were others before.
Yep. There was a SCB 300T Clive Cussler, and then a more stealthy black version, the SUB 300T Shark Hunter Clive Cussler Edition. This 750T is the latest chapter.
Okay, so let's get into this new one, the Doxa SU 750T Clive Cussler Edition. It's based on the 45mm SCB 750T, but they've sort of reimagined it, made it sleeker.
That's the idea. Still instantly recognizable as a Doxa, but refined. And when you say refined, the specs back that up.
How so?
Well, the case is stainless steel, obviously tough, but it's 11.95 millimeters thick. Now, that might not sound tiny, but it's almost 2 millimeters thinner than the original SUB 750T from about 20 years ago.
Ah, okay. So it sits a bit lower on the wrist, more comfortable maybe.
Exactly. A bit more refined in feel, but without losing that rugged tool watch vibe. It's still built like a tank.
Yeah.
Water resistance is 750 meters.
Wow, 750 meters. That's deep.
Very deep. More than enough for pretty much any dive. And it still has all the functional stuff. that unidirectional rotating bezel we talked about for timing dives,
Mm-hmm.
and a screw-down crown, well protected. It's designed to handle rough conditions.
It's not just about toughness, is it? There's some really cool symbolic details here. The case back, for example.
Oh yeah, the caseback is great. It's solid screw-in, and it's engraved to the compass rose
A nod to Cussler's exploration focus and numame.
directly. And they've even given meaning to the cardinal points on the rose. They represent truth, mystery, discovery, and the fulfillment of adventure.
That's a really thoughtful touch. More than just decoration.
Definitely adds layers. And you flip it over, and the dial. It's that classic professional orange, instantly Doxa.
And easy to read, presumably.
Super easy. You've got contrasting black markers, bold hands, and they're coated with super luminova.
That's the stuff that glows in the dark, right?
The very same.
Hmm.
Makes it really bright and readable, even in very low light or, deep underwater.
But there are even more specific Cussler touches on the dial itself, aren't there? Something about the date.
Yes, okay, so there's a date window at 3 o'clock, pretty standard. But look closely. The numbers 7, 15, and 31 are printed in orange, not white like the others.
Why those specific numbers?
July 15th is Cussler's birthday, so the 7 and 15 reference that. And the 31, well, the source connects it to the Sahara film release, but the exact length for 31 might need a bit more digging. Still, the 7 and 15 are definitely for his birthday. A nice personal detail.
That is cool. And there's a logo, too.
Yeah, at the 7.3 position on the dial, there's the NUMA logo, a direct tribute to the real agency he founded.
It really ties everything together. The man, his work, his passion, the tool he used.
It's a fantastic example of how a watch can tell a story, embedding all these references. Okay, let's talk about what makes it tick.
The movement inside.
Right. It's powered by an automatic Sellita SW300 mechanical movement. Now, some people might know the ETA movements better, like the 2892. The Sellita SW300 is basically a very solid, reliable alternative.
Okay. So it winds itself with your movement.
Yep, automatic. It runs at 28,800 vibrations per hour, which gives you that nice, smooth sweep of the second hand. And it has a 56-hour power reserve.
Meaning it'll keep running for over 2 days if you take it off?
That's right. It's a dependable workhorse movement, and using Sellita helps keep the watch at a, well, relatively accessible price point for this kind of piece.
Makes sense. And how do you wear it? What are the strap options?
2 choices here, both pretty versatile. First is the classic stainless steel beads of rice bracelet.
Ah, I know that style. Like kind of vintagey, lots of small polished links.
Exactly. Polished and brushed finish. It looks great, feels comfortable.
Mhm.
And the clasp has the Doxa Fish logo and, importantly, a diving suit extension.
So you can wear it over a wetsuit sleeve easily.
Yep, tool watch functionality. The other option is an orange NATO strap.
Oh, bright orange.
Bright orange with a black stripe down the middle. Gives it a more casual, maybe even more adventurous look, depending on your style.
So options for different looks and uses. Nice. Now, exclusivity is often a big deal with tribute pieces. Is this one limited?
It is. Very limited, actually. They're only making 94 of her.
94. That's quite specific. Is there a reason?
There is. It's a nod to what would have been Clive Cussler's 94th birthday this year on July 15th.
Ah, tying back to the birthday again. That makes sense. So pretty rare. What about the price?
The price is set at 2,690 Swiss francs, 2,890 euros, or 2,990 US dollars.
Okay. And is any part of that going towards, well, towards his legacy, towards new MOA?
Yes, and that's a really important point. Doxa has stated that a portion of the proceeds from the sales will go directly to support NUMA's ongoing work.
That's fantastic. So buying the watch actually contributes to preserving maritime history, the very thing Cussler was so passionate about.
Exactly. It closes the loop perfectly. It's not just commemorating him, it's actively supporting the mission he started.
So when we wrap this all up, what's the big takeaway here for you, for our listeners?
I think it's seeing how this one object, this Doxa SEO 750T, really manages to capture so much. You've got Doxa's own history of dive watch innovation, which is significant in itself.
Right, the orange dial, the bezel.
And then you weave in Clive Cussler's spirit, the novelist, the explorer, the founder of UMA. It all comes together in this one piece.
It really shows you the layers, doesn't it? The history and meaning that can be packed into something you wear on your wrist.
Absolutely. It's more than just a watch. It's a story. A connection to adventure, to discovery, both real and imagined.
Yeah. You know, this deep dive really highlights how an object, even a watch, can be like a vessel. Carrying history, carrying adventure, telling tales beyond just the time.
Well said.
It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other everyday things around us, maybe things you own, might have some hidden legacy or story just waiting, or maybe what object might inspire your next discovery. Something to think about.